Hey y'all, this is AL Thick Madame, and this is the recap review for Love and Marriage DC. So it started out with Monique having her first official day on the morning show, on the morning radio show, and Chris had to get up and get the kids ready for the day, and he running through the house with them, cleaning, cooking. You got to deal with picky kids. Lord, all of them look just like him. Lord have mercy. Lord. He couldn't deny none of them kids on thanks. Shoot. One child who won't pancakes, he was like, me this, me that. And Chris is trying to correct him. And I think he's just being a kid at this moment. I think he knows the difference, but he's just doing what he want to do. But yeah, he got to run around like a chicken with his head cut off. He tired of his spirit. And Monique does this every day. But this is going to be a role reversal of sorts, if you will, that he's going to have to kind of get used to because he retired, ain't he? He retired from, the league, and he does little stuff here and there, but all he really do right now is training and other little things. So he has a little time that he can sketch out for a couple of days a week to do it. We end up seeing Ashley, and she is trying to see what the finishing touches need to be for her book because her book is about to really come to fruition, and it's somewhat of a self-help book. And she doesn't want it to be like the typical self-help books where you placate to what the people want to hear and just tell them what they want to hear and that's it. Like, no, tell them the real, and that's just what it is. So she's talking with the person. I don't know if she's a publicist, or someone who is just a manager or both or what, I don't know. But they need to talk about whether or not she's going to have her face as the face of what the book is going to have on it. Is her face going to be on the cover or not? And she was like, I'm trying to step outside of my comfort zone, and I have been wondering and thinking about it. And I don't want to sit up there and tell women that this is what y'all need to do, and I'm not doing it for myself. So she's thinking about actually getting on the cover. So she tells this woman about the situation where she went back and forth with Winter, and she was like, it's the opposite of what she's putting in the book, so she don't want to go out like that, and she had been pulled in that direction in a while, so she's not even understanding where all this animosity is coming from. But she talked about it and was like, let me get back to what I need to get back to. So we're going to see how that works. We end up seeing Monique coming home from work, taking out her lock tracks. She walking in. I'm like, ma'am, you don't wait a while. But she walked in, and I noticed immediately, I was like, okay, is production trying to show it where she is really focusing on the kids and not Chris or what? But then after she told that child to go upstairs or whatever was going on, she was like, how you doing? How did everything go? And he was like, everything went well. It was a lot. I respect everything that you do as a mom. And, he went into talking about how when he first met her, that a lot of people don't understand that she already was out here doing what she was doing. And that at one point in time, he thought about creating a record label so that he could actually have her on the record label because she was a great rap artist. And so, she really was already out here doing stuff. And even though, it took a while, now she's doing what she's passionate about. Then we end up going over to James and Irena. We see them setting up to do TikToks. I've seen their TikToks pop up out of nowhere. And I'm like, is it because of the show or no? Because it wasn't popping up before. But they've had views since maybe before the show. I don't know. I don't remember. But they really have been doing TikTok. TikTok be getting people some good money. And they get a lot of views. A lot of people be in the comments reading them. Talking, oh, y'all doing this for the... Somebody said under some of these ones that they do, they were like, don't try to act like this is just for TikTok because this is the way you act on the show. So I believe this is how you is in real life. People really be going in and reading them. And James be going back at these folks and under some of these. I've seen that. I was like, oh, Lord, here we go. But Irena wanted to know how he felt about the intuitive person that they saw when they went to that salt cave situation. He felt like it was all right, or that he didn't really get the energy that she was talking about where it made it seem like he was a bull. And she was like, she was spot on. Like, come on, you got to give her that. And I'm just like, one minute you saying she was on point and as far as certain things, but now you tell me, oh, I don't see it. She was like, no, she was on point. You get very aggressive sometimes. You be doing the most. And it is what it is. And so he was like, no, am I getting aggressive or am I actually disciplining the kids and all of that? And it's like, sir, now, we ain't finna do that. Like, let's not even say that, because most of the time you coming at her sideways and saying little stuff to her like she's your child. Like, you be really trying to come at her like you run her. And I'm like, child, that's why you need to have your own money. Because these men will sit up there and run you. And it's like you don't even know you're being ran, because you're like, ooh, let me do what I got to do, because they have and are holding the purse string, so to speak, because they are the ones bringing in most of the money, if not all of it. Now, I know that she has some stuff going on, or at least so I've heard, or she's been in here long enough, so if anything pop off, she ain't gonna leave with nothing, I don't believe, but I'm just saying, y'all know what I'm talking about. It just is what it is. But let's go move on down the road. So we end up seeing Monique showing up to the photo shoot that Ashley is having. Look really good. I don't understand why she has so many. I mean, whether she want to believe it or not, she has so many. She has such a struggle with her self-esteem. And I'm like, she on the thick side. She sat up there and got breast implants, which she probably didn't need. I want to see the before. I want to see the before where she actually is a fully developed adult before, like really before she got surgery. I want to see what her breasts look like in clothes. Of course, I ain't trying to just see her naked. I feel like, I mean, if she was flat chested, I would have understood. Like if you had no breast at all, I get it. But like she is thick. She is thick. She said her booty real. She ain't add nothing. So, okay, cool. But I'm just like, why you be feeling the need to get all this Botox and stuff? Like, you're already beautiful. I don't understand what's going on here. But anyway, it is what it is. So Monique is there to kind of support. And so they start talking after she's had some moments to herself away from the photo situation. She's trying to understand what all is going on. Monique is talking about everything that happened at the Salt Caves, and she likes to talk about herself. And Ashley was like, yeah, she needs to stick with that, because once she starts talking about other stuff, it starts to go downhill, which is true. Because she starts talking about, oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. And one thing she said is that she's a peacemaker. And Ashley was like, okay, you know, since you brought up the fact that you're a peacemaker, she was like, oh, well, I haven't been doing well at that lately. She was like, yeah. Yeah, no. So it is what it is. So Monique brought up what was said, which was that she called her husband DJ Fun Size, and she called Arena's husband talking about something about a red light special, because he called her talking about he was drunk and he fell asleep at a red light. And so she was like, I don't know if that was something that she thought would hurt my feelings, because my husband is short, like he is short. And she laughed about it. But it's like, girl, you be bringing up stuff. Like, you come out of nowhere bringing up stuff. So how you gonna get mad at other people and try to bring up supposedly their stuff when nobody was coming for you? You don't want to just keep volunteering your information. So anyway, forget all of that. Monique gonna have to just stay out of it and just let stuff play out. The people gonna be friends if they're gonna be friends. If not, it just is what it is. So then we end up seeing Chris and DJ Silva go to this foot spa. They go to this spa, and they had people to rub out a lot of good stuff that they had going on. A lot of bad stuff, really. But this is a place that Chris recommended because he needs it from time to time. He's older. So when you're older and you've gone, I'm saying he's older for a reason. He's older, and because of the sport that he played, you have to be mindful. If you ain't got somebody doing all this stuff for you on the regular, you're going to get stiff, and you ain't going to be going, you're going to be going through it. And he's eating healthier, so that does help. But I'm just saying, he be doing a lot. And then all the stuff he did with the kids recently, that kind of messed him up a little bit. So, you know, he was like, I appreciate this. I needed this. And they got people rubbing him down. So it's crazy that both of them are like, yeah, we are like kind of in similar boats, because my wife is out here and she's kind of on, you know, out here on the front a little bit, but not really, not like Monique. But it's like, I get what he's saying. But he was like, you never realize how much they do until you're the one who has to do it. And he was just like, my wife would be like, oh, well, did you do this or did you do that? She was like, he would just be like, man, I barely got the kids to do the little bit that I needed them to do. I ain't had time to take the trash out and wash a dish and all this other stuff. But they have time. They make time and they have the kids and they're doing all these other things. So, you know, they don't understand how much goes into it. So it is what it is. They were talking about getting emotional, and Quick was like, look, that's something that I was taught, that you are weak if you do that. My dad told me, even when my mama passed away, when we go in here, you don't cry. You're going to be a man, and that's the way it's going to be. So that was something that he grew up, and he thought that that's what being a man was. You're keeping your emotions inside. You don't cry. Ain't nobody got time for that. And so, you know, now it's to a point where he doesn't really cry like that. But Ashley will cry at the drop of a dime. If she's emotional about something, she'll cry. If she's upset, she'll cry. And he said that he credits Ashley with actually helping him to open up with his emotions with her, because that was something he was never able to do. And I'm like, yes, Lord, Ashley, you better help him with his emotions. A lot of people swear that Black women are the reason why men don't open up with their emotions. And I'm like, you need to quit blaming us, because like DJ Quick just said, a lot of these fathers or other men that have been in their life in whatever capacity, they will tell them that crying is a weakness and to keep that to yourself and all of that. And so they end up being toxic trash men. Luckily, from what we've seen, DJ Quick is not like that, and I'm glad. But I'm glad that he's able to do that, and he's able to free himself, and he's being vulnerable with his wife. Anyway, moving right along, we see some of the ladies linking up and talking. Arena is trying to get butt injections. She doesn't have any fat to pull from. It's not going to be enough for her to get the booty she wants. Like, she really keeps herself up. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, people be trying to comfort her, be like, oh, you're older and all this other stuff. She ain't that old. Like, people got to stop. She is not that old, and her body look good. I don't think she should have got any surgeries that she's gotten or whatever. If she's gotten, I think she's gotten her breast done or whatever. Maybe a breast lift, or she's gotten something. But I don't see what they be doing all of this for. She got a nice little booty, but she trying to get something done. So unless she wants some foreign matter floating around in her booty, then she ain't gonna get the booty she want. And the doctor straight up told her, with the little bit of fat you got, we can pull from a whole lot of places to get the little bit that's in there, but it's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. So it is what it is. So they're talking after the consultation has happened, and now Irena is in her feelings, because she like, why is she bringing my husband into the situation? I thought that she and I were in a decent place. She over here bringing up the red light situation. That was something nobody else I don't think anybody else knew in the group that was a situation that happened. But this helpful bringing it up, and it's like, girl, didn't nobody tell you that for you to go and tell everybody else about it, or for you to tell anybody else about it? So, you know, because she trying to be cool with her, and now she finna have a problem. So she gonna try to link up with her and see what's the problem, heifer, because you trying it. Like, I thought we was cool. Because she don't play by her husband. She was like, me bringing my husband up. So she done met up with Winter. She trying to figure out what's going on. They done met up. And so she was like, oh, okay, yeah, so what's the problem? I hear you talk about my husband. So she looking like, here we go. And so she was like, look, I'm telling you how I am. I'm a very sarcastic person. I didn't mean it in a negative way like that. And so she was like, nobody wants to hear that, though. Like, I don't understand what you're bringing my husband up for. Arena is not here for the games. Even though Jamie done done his dirt in the past, she is not here for nothing that is being said. But that was the end of the episode. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this recap review for Love and Marriage DC. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. And let's talk about this down in the comment section. What y'all think about all of these people on this show, child?